Hey guys, today I wanted to make a fun, just simple video of me showing you guys what we feed our chickens, how we feed them, and also giving them water and just the simple things about taking care of chickens. This isn't like a how-to video because we are not chicken experts. We got chickens first this year. We raised them from chicks, and then now they're laying eggs. So I'm gonna also collect eggs, and I'll show you that. What you doing? Sweet girl. Okay, so we gotta get some more feed because I'm gonna be gone today. I have a few errands to run, and I like to give them enough feed for 2 or 3 days. So I'll go ahead and just get some feed and show you what we feed them. I forgot I left my scoop over by the chicken coop. We need that to get them some food. This is the bag of feed that we have in our trunk. I gotta move it over to our shop, but it's Reedy Fork Organic Farm. If you can't find this, there's also New Country Organics we've used, but it is corn and soy free layer feed. Our ladies absolutely love it. It actually looks like bird food. Like actual bird food, because chickens are birds. But the ladies love it, and then we also give them lots of extra goodies. But let's go ahead and get this bag over there. I like to put my chicken feed in a little tub. That way it's easy to scoop with our big scoop. This is what it looks like. It literally looks like bird food. They love it. I put the lid on that container because I like to have their feed enclosed. That way no mice get into it because they love it. Hey ladies, I got some feed for you. Chicky chick chick chick. Careful with your big bad self. Oh, you hungry? You shouldn't be because you already have enough food, but... So I use these cheap feeders. They're from Tractor Supply. Ooh, you're pecking at the camera, aren't you? I do want to eventually get some bigger ones that are better. But for now, this is what we have. And that's what we're going to use. Alright. I'm just going to load those up pretty high. Show the people. Eat your food. They're looking like they want some treats of sorts. Now we have to get them some water. I just use again these waterers from Tractor Supply. Simple, and we just leave 3 of them out. They are 5 quarts, so just a little bit over a gallon. Okay, we got some water for the ladies. Here's your water. Okay, and last thing, we usually like to give them some garden scraps or something like that. So we have these pepper plants that have died from the frost. So I'm just going to pull out some pepper plants and give them the whole plant. We got some pepper plants. And I'm actually leaving the peppers on the plant itself because they actually really like the peppers. All right, ladies, you got some treats. We'll give them more, but they're super excited. They love to eat on the pepper plants. They love to eat the peppers themselves. So did you know if you give them red peppers, like spicy peppers, they can't taste the spice, but the capsaicin in the red peppers actually helps them make really deep, dark egg yolks. So if you're looking to darken the egg yolks for your chickens, the spicy peppers really help do that. Also marigolds, and also, hey, get out of my bed. Leave my flowers alone. Back to what I was saying, marigolds and calendula actually help darken. Ooh, hello lady. Can you imagine being a chicken and somebody just opens the back door while you're laying an egg? It kind of feels like you're in a stall and somebody like opens the door and you're like, ooh, oh, sorry. Sorry, don't mean to invade your privacy. She's just sitting on them though. Let's see how many eggs we got. Got some beautiful colored eggs, some kind of brownish pinkish eggs. What you doing? And then we got some like that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. None there. These, if you're wondering, these are wooden eggs. We lay them here so that we don't lay the eggs. We put them here. I'm not laying eggs right now. These are wooden eggs that I placed so that they know where to lay. Wooden egg. Ooh, this is a fresh, beautiful egg. And then we have no more eggs here. I do like to check the inside of the coop. Sometimes the ladies like to lay inside. Hello. Hey, chocolate chip. Hey, sweet girl. This is Owlie. It does not look like anybody has laid any eggs in the wrong place. Hi. They used to lay here. They were making a big old crater, and they were all laying their eggs here. So I literally took some scraps of 2x4s and I joined them together and I just put them here. And also over there, there's some 2x4s that I just threw in the corner because they were laying. And then here inside the coop, I decided to put this little piece here to kind of hold. Ooh. So yeah, they were making these big old holes right here and like that, and they were starting to lay eggs. And then I put this board up right here to keep the straw in here because it was falling out, as well as the eggs were falling out. They didn't mean to kick them out, but that's what was happening. So now everything is in the egg boxes. Later today, we'll probably get about 5 to 6 more eggs. This chicken literally jumped from down here all the way up here. I think she needs to lay an egg. Do you need to lay an egg? Get in there. She actually lays green eggs. No ham though. Time for the chicken chase. Let's see how they cooperate. Sometimes they let me pick them up, sometimes they run away. Hi, chocolate chip. This is the sweetest one. Chocolate chip is the absolute sweetest. Ugh. You're our favorite, but don't tell anybody. Yeah, this lady's about to lay an egg. Sorry, lady. Okay, let the chicken chase begin. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 stragglers now. Hi, Race. I love this. They squat for you. Did you know that chickens squat? They, every time you come up close to them, they will squat for you, and it's as though you're the rooster. Chickens think you're the rooster, and so they pop a squat, and that's a sign that they're submitting to their rooster so that they can mount them to mate them. But it's a sign of submission for us that they're ready for us to pick them up, or, you know, to be submissive. Look at this, Buff Orpington. You're a big lady. Nice squat. She did a nice squat, which helps me pick them up pretty easily. Sometimes they don't squat and they run around. Hey, you did a good job. Time to go back in your coopy. Oh, those Buff Orpingtons, they're fluffy, sweet little things. Look at that, big poof ball. It's a big lady. She's sweet. Good job squatting. They're being really good today. These ladies are giving me an easy time today. Hi, you squatted really well. This is light or dark. I don't really know. My son can tell pretty easily. Okay. And then the last chicken. Who is it? It's Caramel. She's sweet. Sometimes she runs away though. Caramel is an Americana. She lays green eggs. All right, Caramel, you and me. Are you gonna cooperate? We do lock our doors with carabiners. They help because I do know raccoons can actually open these gate latches if you let them. So that was pretty eventful. We got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs. And normally we get about anywhere from like 11 to 15 eggs a day. Some of the green eggers are not laying yet, but they will. So that's pretty much it. I'm getting ready to run a few errands now, but that's pretty much our daily chicken chores, except not really, because we don't really feed them and water them every single day because the feed does last at least 2 or 3 days, as well as the water. But I know my wife did a video already on kind of feeding and the watering, so I did want to do another one just to share that with you guys, since you guys are really interested in chicken stuff. And I also did want to answer a few questions that you had. We also feed our chickens grubs, so you can get the dried grubs, Tractor Supply. We get them from our local farm supply store here, and the grubs are essentially for some extra protein, and that's really helpful. For example, like in the winter when they're molting. Ours aren't molting this winter, and they probably won't because it's their first winter. Now next year, once the chickens are fully developed, they will probably molt, but that requires more protein in their diet. So then we will feed them more grubs. You can also give them black soldier fly larvae. You can buy that at the store as well. And then black oil sunflower seeds is actually really good for them. It has a lot of good fat and protein, and it really helps make their feathers shiny and their down. And that's something that we do supplement them with, along with garden scraps. Like you saw, I just gave them a whole pepper plant that had some peppers, and that really does help. I give them some lettuce. We give them some kale from the garden. Pretty much anything, any plant material that we have. And some people are concerned about what chickens can or cannot eat and what's toxic to them. You can Google just a few things that are toxic, but for the most part, chickens are pretty smart. If you give them something that they shouldn't have, they won't eat it, which is fine, because in the coop or in our run area, essentially that's going to be our compost pile. We don't really compost. We just give our chickens our scraps from the house. That is something I forgot to mention too. We give them like our veggie scraps. You know, if we peel carrots, we give them the carrot peels, or potatoes, or eggshells. We actually give them back their own eggshells for some extra calcium so that they don't become egg bound. And that really helps with forming some really hard shells, and they love it, which is crazy. Some people did mention if you give them the eggshells back, that they can tend to kind of pick on their eggs and try to eat their own eggs. We haven't had that issue, but I do also think that's a deficiency that they have as well. If they have a certain deficiency, they'll start picking on their eggs. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I've read in the research. But besides that, that's pretty much all we do. We've enjoyed them so much. So if you're on the fence about getting chickens, I would really recommend them. But I do recommend getting a nice coop or building a nice coop that is pretty darn predator proof. For us, I did some research and I found Carolina coops online, and I really like them. We didn't go with them, but I really like the information that they have. And then out of the materials that we had in our home, we ended up building our coop. So we built our home, and then we had some leftover materials that we had after we built our home, like some 2x4s and some like sheathing material that we used on the outside of the coop. And then I did buy a few extra things like the chicken wire. And then I also bought that galvanized 1/4-inch hardware cloth and a few other things, but not really a ton. And then we built it out of what we had. So I really do recommend looking at something that's really predator proof. I feel safe that I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. We literally have not had any predator issues, not even snakes or anything get in the coop. There are a few parts of the run that I haven't finished that do need to be sealed somewhat. But essentially with that design, the run has its own protection because it has its own door, it's all enclosed, and also the coop has its own door. And we ended up getting for the coop one of those sliding doors that opens up automatically in the morning and it closes up in the evening. And that chicken door is by Omlet, and I'll put a link and also I'll put a picture up of that. But it's been great. Now, I will say it's not the cheapest chicken door, automatic chicken door on the market. I did buy one before that was cheaper and it didn't really work for us. So it wasn't super reliable. So I couldn't leave in the morning and count on that door opening and the chickens would be stuck in the coop, which is a problem because our feed and our water is in the run. So if the chickens were stuck in the coop and we didn't check them that morning, then that would be worrisome for me because they literally wouldn't have food and water the whole day. So in terms of the cost, it was totally worth it for reliability's sake. And also the cheaper doors, what I didn't know is you can actually lift the doors up or move the doors with your fingers. They didn't have like a safety lock feature. So if a raccoon or an animal were to get in the coop or the run, they could literally pull that door open and it would open for them. The Omlet door has that kind of locking mechanism. So once the door is closed, you can't move it with your hand. You have to click the controller and open it manually that way. But I really like that because it makes me feel like the chickens are safe. And they've become such pets to us that, you know, we can't even imagine losing one. So that's why for us that door was a game changer. And I'll put the link below. We're not sponsored by them or anything, but if you're looking for a really good chicken door that's automatic, I would definitely recommend the Omlet one. But anyway, just thought I'd share all those details with you. If you're wondering, feel free to post any other chicken questions. Not that we'll have all the answers to, but we definitely love to share what we're doing, what's working for us and what hasn't. And hopefully that helps you guys make better decisions for when you're looking for, you know, chicken coop information. Anyway, we will see you guys in the next video.